Hello, Anime Visor here, with a review for Granblue Dreaming. It is, but Granblue Dreaming is also a diving anime, sort of like Amanchu, except with more college drinking parties and ridiculous antics. Also incest. Yeah, more on that later. Anyway, Granblue Dreaming is based on a manga of the same name that started back in April of 2014, and boy has it been a fun ride since. It's written by Kenji Inoue, who some of you may know for being the writer of Baka and Test, as well as handling the series composition for the Fate Khalid Liner Prisma anime. We all make mistakes. The manga is illustrated by Kimitaka Yoshioka, who probably most notably also illustrated the Amagi Brilliant Park manga. The anime was adapted by Zero G, who haven't animated anything too noteworthy, maybe outside of Sugumono. However, it was directed by Shinji Takamatsu, who was the director for the first 100 or so episodes of Gintama, and one of the co-directors on the next 100. Focusing on what the manga and anime are specifically about, Granblue Dreaming follows Iori Kitahara, who has just begun his freshman year at Izu University. As he moves into his uncle's scuba diving shop, Granblue, he eagerly anticipates his dream college life, filled with beautiful girls and good friends. But things don't exactly go according to plan. Upon entering the shop, he encounters a group of rowdy, naked upperclassmen who immediately coerce him into participating in their alcoholic activities. Though unwilling at first, Iori quickly gives in and becomes the heart and soul of the party. Unfortunately, this earns him the scorn of his cousin, Chisa Kotegawa, who walks in at precisely the wrong time. Undeterred, Iori still vows to realize his ideal college life, but will things go according to plan this time, or will his situation take yet another dive? Considering this is an absurd comedy, you can probably already guess things won't go according to plan. But as far as my thoughts on the Granblue Dreaming anime, I enjoyed it for the most part, though it has two blatant issues that sort of bring it down. But outside those issues, I was very happy with this anime and what it did. Well, the most blatant one is probably the animation. It can come across as sort of stiff and rigid at times. It's not exactly Food Wars PowerPoint presentation bad, but there are times where I would like to see more emotion in a character's movements. It's a tad frustrating because they show they can do a good job animating characters. Just look at this scene with Chisa. And the other problem I have is with some of the pacing and timing of the jokes. Honestly, if you listen to or read other people's opinions on Granblue, this will probably be a common complaint, and it is a legitimate one that the anime suffers a bit for. The anime seems to move too quick at times and doesn't always let the jokes sink in. Though if I'm honest, the manga itself suffers from this at times too, especially in the earlier chapters. So I won't completely blame the anime for some of the pacing issues with the jokes, but I will blame it for not improving a clear problem area in the manga. That being said, there were times where jokes landed better than in the manga. I found the scene where Iori and his college friends go to a mixer to be slightly more humorous than in the manga, and the scene where Kohei imitates various seiyuu was more impactful than in the manga. Shout out to Shota Aoi, Inori Minase, and Ryo Kugumiya for coming in to record a single line. Speaking of seiyuu, aka voice actors, Chika Anzai as Chisa was spot on perfect casting. Just a calm, cool voice that perfectly reflects Chisa's character.
また来たいと思ったよ。
そっか。
お前も3本目潜れなかったんだからリベンジに来たいだろ。
まあそうだけど。いおりのおごりなら。
俺の懐事情知っててよく言えるな。ま、宝くじでも当たったら連れてきてやるよ。
うん。期待しないで待ってる。
Also, since I've worked my way to discussing voice actors here in Granblue, let's all take a moment to praise Nana. So to explain, we first need to take a look at the ending theme, which is Iori and Kohei singing karaoke to a Kanamizuki song, a singer voice actor in Granblue, who is voiced by actual singer voice actor Nana Mizuki. The first 10 episodes are sung by Iori and Kohei, but in the 11th, Nana bestowed upon us a gift. The gift of her version of the song.
世界閉ざされた闇の中に隠している
Nana truly works in mysterious ways, but Nana has a plan. She may not have delivered upon us Symphogear axes, but she did deliver upon us Grand Blue Dreaming. And everybody said, praise Nana. Anyway, the point of all that is to point out that the voice actors here in Grand Blue deliver dialogue and songs that the manga just can't do. The medium just doesn't allow for it. So while it may not fix some issues with jokes, it does add a whole other element with its music and voice actor performance. Yeah, I think so too. And I also wouldn't mind her performing it at one of her lives either. Grand Blue was thankfully able to add some things, and while it maybe wasn't able to fix some other things, and even added to the problem regarding the pacing at times, the most important thing the anime does is it captures the feelings of what Grand Blue Dreaming is in the manga. Yes, Grand Blue Dreaming is about drinking and silly hijinks, and sometimes it's about diving, but what connects all those things is the characters' friendships with each other. It starts with Iori. While a little nervous and reluctant to be in a new place, he's very accepting of other people, despite their weird quirks. Kohei, Tokita, and Kotobuki all have their weird quirks, but Iori accepts them for who they are. The same goes for Aina, who is also a bit of an odd duck, as well as Azusa. And while the anime technically hasn't dove in it too much, even Chisa is a bit strange. Though I guess they kinda touched on one aspect of it, that being that she's effectively dating her cousin. Yeah, so technically, Chisa and Iori are dating, as part of a ruse so guys aren't constantly hitting on Chisa while at college. This has the unintended yet fairly comical side effect of all the guys in college hating Iori. Chisa also sorta does it to get back at Iori for not helping her with all the guys hitting on her in the first place, and helping Aina deal with the tennis club instead. Despite technically not being quote unquote in love with Iori, she can be a tad jealous of other girls around him. I personally find it to be one of her charms and makes her kind of cute. Same with her complete obsession with diving, though that one really only gets shown a little later in the manga, but it does lightly hint at it from time to time here in the anime. Anyway, Iori accepts them all and embraces everyone's differences so that they can all have fun together. And that's what Grand Blue is about, accepting others, being friends, and having fun with said friends. Grand Blue specifically doesn't need to be about diving or drinking for it to be a good anime or manga. It's a good anime and manga because the bonds and friendships the characters form with each other. So yeah, I overall enjoyed Grand Blue Dreaming. The anime has its problems here and there, but if I'm honest, so does the manga in spots. I definitely recommend it for anyone looking for a fun watch, and to also experience some worthwhile characters, obscene and ridiculous they may be at times. I guess there is the age change. Yep, fun little fact, Iori, Chisa, Aina, and Kohei are all 18 in the manga, but are aged up to 20 in the anime. I believe there's some TV broadcasting rule in Japan that prevents depiction of underage drinking and smoking. In case you're unaware, the drinking and smoking age in Japan is 20, hence why the characters were aged up. I don't particularly love the change, but in the grand scheme it's a fairly minor one, and I can see why they did it. Another I should probably cover is that one scene with Iori and Azusa. The one where Azusa asks Iori if he wants to have sex and he turns her down. As I somewhat alluded to before, I would argue the sanity of a lot of these characters, but no. The reason Iori decides not to have sex with Azusa is because he doesn't want to jeopardize the friendship they have. That's at least the way I interpret it. If I'm honest, neither the anime nor the manga do a particularly great job at describing why he doesn't. He doesn't come out and list his reasonings why or anything, so you do kind of have to infer why he doesn't based off his reaction, and how the theme of friendship is ever present within Iori's character. To wrap things up, I'll once again reiterate that the anime, while not perfect, captures the essence and theme for the most part of what the manga is trying to do. Grand Blue Dreaming isn't always the prettiest or the most well animated, and some of the jokes aren't always timed well, but it's never offensively bad. So when the animation and art is good, when the jokes do land, they stick out and are remembered more than any of the other things it doesn't do as well. In not so many words, the positives outweigh the negatives. And you should do yourself a favor and check out Grand Blue Dreaming. With any luck, it'll get a second season, but if not, there's always the manga. But seriously, I really want a second season, because the world needs that tent scene animated. That glorious, glorious tent scene. Chisa is love. Chisa is life. Anyway, if you're interested in watching Granblue Dreaming, it's currently streaming on Amazon, link in the description. I also have a link to its My Anime List page in case you want a little more information on it. What are your thoughts on Granblue Dreaming? Let us know in the comments below. As always, I've been Anime Visor. Thanks for watching, drink responsibly, and goodbye.